So continue. We started in a new chapter, number 3, and very interesting. It's a very important topic, and we're going to learn a lot from this. Beezrat Hashem. The topic is principle of Mitoch. Okay. The meaning of Mitoch. We learned in the previous chapter that it is permitted to perform certain Melachos of Yom Tov for the purpose of food, for food preparation, Ochel Nefesh. Okay. This concept is considered considerably broader than the principle as Mitoch since. Okay. Since it states, so the word since, this Melacha was permitted for the food related purpose, it was likewise permitted for a not food related purpose. That is, when the Torah permits the performance of the Melacha needed for preparation of food, it is actually meant to permit the performance for any purpose. Now, it has been explained, see page 4, well, I mean not go to see, but let's see, that whichever melacha are performed under the rule of Ochel Nefesh may be done for the sake of any common physical necessity. The principle of Mitoch states that these melachas may be done even for the purpose other than physical necessity. Should we continue? Okay, so let me do this example, and we're going to come back and explain these details. For example, transporting food from a public domain to the private domain. Melacha of Choitzo, where it is needed for consumption, is permitted on Yom Tov. Even transporting hot water to another domain, where it will be used for washing someone else's hands and face, is permitted under the rule of Ochel Nefesh, since washing with the hot water is a common physical need. The principle of Mitoch permitted transporting items that are needed for any purpose on Yom Tov. Thus, one may carry the Sefer Torah into a different domain in order to read from it on Yom Tov. Okay, we stop here, going back, and we're going to explain every line. Beezrat Hashem. So the word Mitoch is since, so meaning what? Since this is allowed, then this is allowed as well. Okay, so let's see, and we're going to explain. We learned in the previous chapter that it is permitted to perform Melachos of Yom Tov for the purpose of food preparation or Ochel Nefesh. So, and we said all of the Melachos are permitted. Of course, we said exception to opinions, Rashi and Rambam, Rosh and Ran. Okay, some limitations. So, generally everything is permitted, but with limitations for food preparation. Okay. Continue. This concept is considerably broadened by the broadened by the principle Mitoch. So now this the word Mitoch is since. So it takes food preparation and adds all other things that are similar melachas to food preparation, which states that since the melacha was permitted, so this is concept of Mitoch, permitted for food related purpose, it was likewise permitted for not food related purpose. So meaning if you need, as we said last example, but we're going to make another example. So if you need to carry something somewhere, so one of the 39 melachas that we're not allowed to do on Shabbos is we're not allowed to carry from one domain to another. So for example, even for some necessity for Shabbos. So the guests want to come to me, and we don't have enough chairs, and they want to bring the folding chairs, let's say from the house across. So they would not be allowed to carry this chair. All right, but on Yom Tov they are allowed to carry the chair. First of all, it's you're allowed to carry food, right, from one domain to another for sure. Right, and you're allowed to, and you would be allowed to carry from public domain to private domain, from private to public on Yom Tov as well. Right, even non-food items that are needed for Yom Tov. So needed for Yom Tov is a keyword that we also always have to keep in mind. Okay, so similar Melachos, but needed for Yom Tov. The reason when the Torah permits the performance of Melachos needed for preparation of food, it actually meant to permit other performance for any purpose. Okay, so similar things, of course. Now it has been explained that a Chol Nefesh are permitted under the rule that, now it is explained that whichever Melachos are permitted under the rule of a Chol Nefesh, so only those are permitted, may be done for the sake of any common physical necessity. So not only for food. So as an example, we gave a chair. So to sit on a chair, physical necessity. The principle of Mitoch states that this Melachos may be done even for a purpose other than physical necessity. Okay, physical and not physical. Let's see. For example, transporting food from a public domain into a private domain, right? So there is no problem, as we said. So it would be allowed to, as we said, this example, that they would bring food, and I think like in where I live, people usually don't do it, or they would like bring maybe one dish, like but in Jerusalem, like everybody, that's my guess, they live in small apartments, unless people are very rich. There is no much space to store the food and cook and stuff like that. So people try to cooperate, which is very adorable, I think. So, for example, transporting food from public domain to a private domain, right, where it is needed for a consumption, is permitted on Yom Tov. Okay. So he said that where is needed for consumption. So you're not allowed to just start carrying food for no reason, right? Potatoes from you have stored in some storage, and you want to bring them in your house, and it's for the next week. It would not be allowed. So, but even potatoes from your storage into your house, it would be no problem. Even for transporting hot water to another domain, where it will be used for washing someone's hands and feet. No, the face and hands. Actually, it does not say feet, but I think feet are also allowed to wash. So as it says Gemara, it's a common necessity for most of the people. So most of the people would wash their hands and face with a warm water, at least. Not everybody would take shower every day, but this is common for among all of the people. And they would wash feet. Feet, especially in olden days when many people walk barefoot. So you need to wash your feet. Okay. Okay, so one second. It is permitted under the rule of Chol Nefesh, meaning to wash, to even transport this hot water, since the washing with the hot water is a common physical need, as we explained. The principle Mitoch permits, Mitoch again, since this is permitted, then this is also permitted. The principle Mitoch permits transporting items that are needed for any purpose on Yom Tov. Thus, one may carry Sefer Torah into different domain in order to read from it on Yom Tov. Or, for example, if you need a Sidur, you have a special Magzor, special Sidur, you want to bring it to the synagogue, or for example, you come in over to your friends and you want to take to bring book with you, of your notebook or something, so you want to say Dvar Torah, there is no problem, because it's for the needs of the Yom Tov, no problem whatsoever. Sometimes it would be the problem, sometimes to take it back. So because taking back is not for the need of Yom Tov. But we're going to discuss the solution to these issues. For example, if you the classic example, of course, is a Haggadah, right? So you went to somebody else's house for Pesach, and you brought your own Haggadah. That's normal. Everybody have their own favorite Haggadah. There is no problem. I don't know how many versions of Haggadah, not versions, but releases, with different commentaries, this rabbi, that rabbi. Like there's a classic ones, but there are some is very interesting with great rabbis over the history, right? So people would bring their own Haggadah. So okay, you read Haggadah, it's good. but who told you that you can take it back, right? Which is of course, as we understand, technically it's a problem. So the Pesach night, where they say they're finished, and until the next day, until the next night, so let's say when we live in diaspora, you would not need Haggadah. So why you take it back? So it's like a preparation. It's not like it is a preparation for the next day. So it's a very good point. So I would say just say no. But if you're going to use this Haggadah at home, because in Haggadah, I don't want to say in all Haggadah, but in all that ISO, let's make it simple. So in all Haggadahs that ISO, there is Birchas Hamazon. So if you take it home, right, at night, you're going from your friends, and you take your home Haggadah. Why? Because I need Birchas Hamazon for tomorrow morning. So then there is no problem. But if you're not going to plan to use Haggadah until the night of the second night of Pesach, that's a big problem. So it's not for the Yom Tov. So again, to remind, for the needs of the Yom Tov, only for one day. The preparation for the next day, it's forbidden, it's a different melacha.